Hi there, my beautiful people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinaheals.com. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. It means so much. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you know every single time I upload. So this video is about Venus in Aries and what to do in the bedroom. If you haven't watched the other 5 videos that I've already made, because Venus, then please watch them, because Venus is the principle of desire. It speaks of, in a woman, it speaks of the kind of feminine archetype she is, and for the man it is kind of like the anima principle, or the anima principle of Carl Jung. It means basically how the masculine experiences the feminine. So for a man, the Venus sign would be how he wants to fall in love, what kind of woman he will be attracted to. In a love reading, the essential things to look at is the moon and Venus, and of course Mars, but Mars is more libidinal. Venus is the principle of unification. She's the pleasure-seeking planet that speaks, that wants to bring about connection. Venus connects. She's everything that is sweet. Okay, she is one of the lesser benefics, Jupiter being the greater benefic. And Venus is the archetypal feminine, like the moon, but Venus is a very different expression of the feminine. Okay, she's more about sensual pleasures. Venus is what we are attracted to, how we dress, how we carry ourselves, the kind of music we listen to, how we experience the world through our 5 senses, the shoes we wear. Say if you have Venus in Pisces, you're attracted to your footwear. If you have Venus in Aries, you're attracted to doing something to your face, because Aries rules the face. Before we begin, let us understand that Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and its key words, its mantra is I am. So you immediately understand that this is a sign about the self, and oftentimes at the exclusion of us or the others. Okay, because if you look at Aries and Libra polarities, Aries is about me, Libra is about us, so immediately you sense a distinction. So Venus, which is the principle of how we connect, when she's in Aries, she's in detriment, because Venus rules 2 signs. One is Taurus, which is a feminine night sign, and it is the womb energy and earth and fixed. And Venus also rules Libra, which is cardinal fire, ruled by, again, Venus. And Libra is a very different expression than Taurus, and Venus is an exaltation in Pisces. Okay, so being a ruler of Libra, when she's in the opposite sign of Aries, she's in detriment. So when Venus goes into Aries, it is not a classically, conventionally powerful position for Venus, because this is the domain of Mars. This is the domain of the masculine. So the feminine can feel out of sorts, because also don't forget Aries is cut and dry. Mars cuts and burns. So Venus, who's cold and moist, finds it very difficult to really relate to the ways of Aries, because Aries is essentially about separation. Now the season associated with Aries is springtime. So Venus, which is our pleasure seeking principle, when it goes into Aries, it's almost like a springtime. And Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, Venus moving into it ushers in a new period of growth in our relationships and finances. That's what Venus rules, okay? So it's almost like this, it's the start of the zodiac and it's springtime, and we are here to connect and have new experiences like never before. We are adventurous, we are outdoorsy. Don't forget, this is Mars. We are outdoorsy. We want the thrill, we want the chase. Okay, we don't want to the same old missionary, the same old every time you're ovulating, let's have sex to have a baby. We don't want that. Okay, we want something wild, we want something unpredictable, something spontaneous. Spontaneity is a big thing with Venus and Aries. Okay, uh this they are the brave hearts. Okay, the brave hearts of the zodiac if you have Venus in Aries. And Venus in Aries is such a position which can rush into marriage without really thinking about it. Okay, thinking about what tomorrow brings. They don't really think about what tomorrow brings, because today is it. So if they feel really attracted to you, if they feel really like they want to be with you, they don't think about 6 months hence. They think about today, and today is perfect, so tomorrow must be perfect. And they want to, they are ready to tie the knot in case you want them to. You're a Taurus moon and you really want it. You want that stability. They'll go for it, they'll do it. But they're as quick to get a divorce as they are to get married. So this is not a long staying energy. This is the energy of a matchstick. Aries, cardinal fire, Mars. Okay, the red planet Mars has no atmosphere. Everything escapes it. It has windstorms that cuts and scars it. So you immediately know it's a very aggressive kind of harsh environment. And Venus is not used to being in a very harsh environment because she likes Libra. She rules Libra, which is about being the pacifist, which is about bringing people together, being diplomatic in the ways we deal with people, because people need people. Even Aries needs people. Even Venus in Aries needs people. Okay, very athletic, very outdoorsy people. For the guys, they want a sort of a strong woman. For women, it is like they're attracted to the bosses. They want a hero. They don't want to be looking after you. They want you to be on an adventure. And if you're not on an adventure, if you're just some 9 to 5 with a steady job and a steady you meet your family every weekend and you do the same thing, and Venus in Aries is not going to be interested in you. She is looking for a hero. She's interested in the process of individuation of the hero's journey. She wants to join you in your journey. Think of the fierce Amazonian women. Okay, they lived in frugality, but they had this desire, and what they desired they took without any thought. That is sort of how we experience Aries, Venus in Aries. So men would like a dominatrix, somebody. Even female-led relationships for some guys with Venus in Aries and Mars in Libra would be very, very applicable if they would like the feminine to lead, the feminine principle to be the leading and guiding force. Okay, athletic, because Mars brings in this tremendous stamina and energy. So you've got to be athletic around them. You can't be sloppy or slow or really, a lethargic. They don't like lethargy. So they want to be quick-paced about everything. Sometimes Venus and Aries, Aries placements can get hurt because of their quick movement. And Venus is love, so quick love. What happens with quick love? Combustible, everything is quick and it finishes quickly too. Right? There's no foreplay necessarily with these people, but we'll get to that. Okay, they can be quite selfish in a relationship. So if you're not really a giving person, Venus in Aries may not be the one for you. They're quite selfish. Interestingly, they love the chase. So if you like a Venus in Aries, do not let them make the first move. Make the first move yourself. And in some cases, this also backfires because Venus in Aries likes the chase so much that they want to make a move on you. And if you make a move, they get bored. During my time, 10 years as an astrologer, I've seen that, okay, sometimes Venus in Aries wants that, contest, very competitive, and they want that chase, like I will chase you, I will be behind you. But if you come and tell me you like me and you expect us to be a good old couple and go out and watch films and lie on our couch, that's not gonna happen. So it can work both ways. If you keep quiet and let them come to you, they can get bored. Okay, they can be like, okay. Or if they're really into you, they want to chase you. And if you play hard to get, they'll chase you more. And then once they've got you and they're familiar with you, it's that easy for them to throw you off, okay, and just to discard you, so to say. Okay, they don't think about the repercussions of discarding you. This is a very Martian Venus. So she's not interested in like a Venus in Pisces to heal you, to nurture you, Venus in Cancer. She wants an adventure. She wants new things. This is springtime. Wake up, smell the flowers, look at the radiance around us. Let us go out. Okay, let us not stay at home and curl up. This is the energy of new things, new experiences. Aries is the archetype of the pioneer, so you can imagine what happens with that. So another thing with Venus and Aries is they inherently like problems. Okay, they like problems, and in a relationship. And also, if you have, say, an Aries ascendant and Venus is on your ascendant, and say Venus is square Mars, then you may have difficulties in loving your body. But if you have a well-placed Mars, you should love your body with Venus in Aries. You should be very confident about your body, no matter what size or shape or what it is, because you understand the beauty of your body. First house is your physical body, so you love your physical body, you know. Uh, Now another thing is they want danger. There's danger. They want danger in their love life. So even when you are married and you are settled down, if there is no component of danger or something they don't have to conquer or something they don't have to get over, they can lose interest. Just a boring everyday scenario. You know, you may have a beautiful house, a beautiful car, beautiful everything, and you wonder why your Venus in Aries is so distracted. It's because it's not about that for them, you know. They want that springtime feeling, but springtime can't last forever, can it? Right? Now, another thing is that when they get bored of you, they will pursue you, they'll chase you, you will play hard to get, and then you give in, and then, you know, sort of normalcy builds up, and you guys spend time together, and you become like a good old couple, an item. And then when they get bored of you, uh, I mean, they are very quick to walk away. So you can get your heart broken. This is something you need to understand. And they can take you for granted even if you're married to them. Like, oh, she's my wife, or he's my husband, he's going to be there for me. You know, I'm going to go out with my guy friends. Venus and Aries women have tons of guy friends that they go out regularly with. And if you're some guy like Mars in Cancer, or Moon in Scorpio, and you're really jealous and possessive, it's not going to work. She's just going to dump you. But don't think you can flip that coin back at them, like, oh, you go out with your friends and you make them jealous, because they like to make you jealous, but they cannot stand being jealous. They can be very, very possessive and very, very manipulative and ruthless when in pursuit, even if they've taken you for granted. And I've seen this in my experience. And you walk away from them, they can come roaring back at you like, how dare you leave me? You know, you can't do that. I've taken you for granted, but still you are going to be there till I say you're going to be there. So there is that side of them. Okay, they cannot handle jealousy, and they're very concerned about their own pleasure. So they are not going to go out to pleasure you. So you need to be more proactive in pleasuring them. This is something I have seen with Venus in Aries. Okay, now first tip is stimulate the head, the hair. This is the domain of Mars, and Venus here will be the erogenous zone will be the head. So you can do, you have to stimulate the head, right? You can grab their hair, you can bite their lips, you can kiss on the ears and neck, and really roughly kiss them, because they really enjoy that. Even slap sometimes if they are submissive. If the Venus in Aries female is submissive, with the Moon in Pisces female is submissive to you, then they may even enjoy slapping, face slapping. This is not something you do without the consent of your partner. So always remember before you decide to bring on a new game in the bedroom, you've got to be open about this, about what you want to do with your partner. And then you can, you both can come to some sort of agreement. Okay, this works with me, I'm comfortable. Don't just spring it on them and start slapping them. That's not going to be good, okay? But Venus in Aries, if the woman has found a hero and she's sort of submissive to him, she may enjoy face slapping, face biting, lip biting and all of that. Run your tongue around their lips, okay, and around that, run your fingers around their lips. That really turns them on. Venus in Aries, okay. You can nibble on the ear, on the neck. All the Taurus rules the neck, but this is a very erogenous zone, especially if this person, Venus in Aries, Moon in Taurus, very erogenous zones. All right. Venus and Aries like it hard, okay? They like rough sex. So that is, they also may like dirty talking, because again, the mouth, depending on where your Mercury is. So if your Mercury is in Scorpio, okay, then they may like dirty talking. That could really, or fantasy role play, that could really, really turn them on. But you gotta know what to tell them, okay? I watched this really funny program recently. I think it was called Sex Ed, where we have Scully play this psychiatrist, and she's got this teenage son who pretends to be this sex counselor for the students in the school. And over there, like, there's a teacher and she wants to have rough sex, and she wants her man to to dirty talk to her. But he can't, because he's just a good old professor and he just doesn't know what to say. So eventually they come to a conclusion that it is not about what words he uses, but it's about the way he says it. So he wanted to say cucumbers, tomatoes, and that really turned her on, because it was not about the words that he was saying, it was about the way he was expressing himself to her. And then she says, I am a teacher the whole day, I'm just a drab teacher. I want to be different, I want to experience something wild. So Venus in Aries can like the talk component. Now if you are Venus and Mars and Aries together can make you a dom, but a lot of Venus and Aries women can be submissive, because they want to submit to that dom, that Martian, that Aries archetype. They want to submit. Most of them are switches, so they can play both sides. They can be dominant as well as submissive. If you are, say, a Leo and a Scorpio, you may want to, or a Capricorn, you may want to take down the Aries, and you may want to show them their game, and you may want to show them dominance. And sometimes they love that, and they will crave under your dominance, and they will become your submissive, and they really enjoy doing that, okay? They like surrender as much as control, if you know how to get them, the Venus and Aries women, if you know how to get them. Venus and Aries again can want multiple sex partners, may be interested in threesomes, or any kind of menage a trois. They can be very interested in that. Whatever it is, they want bold lovers and bold lovemaking. Okay, it is not going to be like, you cannot be a mouse and approach a Venus and Aries. It's just not going to work. Okay, they like that Martian boldness. Okay. Think about a match, okay? A match where I told you Aries is like a match. So what happens when you strike a match? It can fizzle out, right? Or if it hits the right fuel, it can combust. It is a very powerful energy. So Venus and Aries are quick at everything, very quick at everything, even in the sexual act. So intercourse can be a very quick thing for them, not too much foreplay like a Taurus, laying in bed, hugging, cuddling, no. You grab their hair, kiss them on the lips, or bite them on the lips, and then get going, and they like it like that. Quick, okay? Do not bore them with tons of foreplay. Venus and Aries may not be the person for you if you enjoy tons of hugging and cuddling after sex and tons of foreplay. They are not. All right. Intercourse can also be very quick for Venus and Aries, guys. They can come very quickly. So in and out. But when they are in, it's very passionate and very spontaneous. They basically do not like prolonged lovemaking. It has to be quick and it has to be fun. It has to be spunky. It has to be spontaneous and uninhibited. No inhibitions. So, you know, you have to let yourself go. No inhibitions. This is going to work with Venus and Aries. Okay. Now, another thing is, you've seen that in the films how uh, the woman is in her lingerie and she's just like, looking at the guy, and the guy just comes in and he just rips off her lingerie and they just start making love. Just a kiss or two and they start making love. That's very, very much Venus and Aries style. They like to get straight to the point. Okay, very stimulated by the eyes, because Venus also, Aries rules the eye, Mars rules the eye. So very stimulated by what they see. Okay, they do not like restrictions, so do not restrict them, and do not say, hey, can we stop you, get this pose or that pose. They don't care. Okay, you may have got you written down notes on that. They don't care. Spontaneous, quick, uninhibited, and they are very, very straight to the point. So they like to look at the genitalia and they'll get straight to the point. You start kissing them, they'll get straight to the point. They'll straight touch you in your genitalia. So that is again a very strong visual component. If you can visually turn on your Venus and Aries, you've got them. Okay, so for women, if you're trying to attract this Venus and Aries, you can wear teddies or lingerie which are see-through, because they like to see what you have directly. They don't like all that clumsy, baroque, burlesque clothing that comes off. They like to see your body through the lingerie. So see-through teddies is going to be really good. Nothing turns them on like looking at your genitalia through this see-through fabric. It drives them crazy. Okay. Now, always remember, they want newness in bed. So there are, of course, multiple ways to achieve that. But remember, newness is something they crave for. So turn it around, turn it upside down. Now, they're very direct with what they want. So you can very directly tell them what you want, okay? And if you want them to stop losing interest in you, then you can always give them the feeling that you're on the chase, and you will always chase them and you will always be after them. They really, really enjoy that. Then they will, flip the coin and chase after you. They love these kind of games. Okay, they never lie to you, not unless it is a part of the game and you've discussed it. Okay, they're very forthright, very honest that way. Venus and Aries. You have to show them attention, no matter what you do, attention, and let them take the lead. But then again, there is a fine line between letting them take the lead and letting them run all over you. They don't like people who are complete pushovers. So you've got to fundamentally keep that balance. Yes, you are being dominated, but you know how to strike back. They want to know you know how to strike back. That's important for them, all right? If you can be the dom, Venus and Aries will love you, females. And males, if you are a female and you want your Venus and Aries man to like you, you can very well be a dominatrix. And, wear the gear of the dominatrix and crack the whip on his back. Of course, speak to him before you do anything, but he liked that. Venus in Aries, females, I've discussed this before, have multiple male friends, and they go out and hang out with them, they party with them, they get drunk with them. They don't see it as something, offensive or something incorrect. They are like one of the guys. Aries, Venus and Aries are one of the guys. So they're very good with men in general. All their life, they make more male friends than female friends, and they can drink you under the table, they can gamble, they can, do all the Martian things. They can be very good at sports and stuff like that also. They like overt gestures. Yes, this is something, but they, not like Leo, but they like their relation to be in a state of animation. Okay, everything must be in a state of animation. I think that is something that Aries really craves for, because the visual component plays a huge part in this. What they see, they get really attracted by what they see, even what they hear. This is Mars domain, so what they hear, they get really attracted by that also. Okay, so I don't make it stale. Keep it fresh, like springtime. Keep springtime in your mind. Springtime. Uh, Go on an adventure with them and initiate spontaneous intercourse with them. Don't have to talk to them about it, make a plan. Initiate it. They love you to take the lead. Believe me, they love you to take the lead. They can be very, very playful. Unless Mars and Venus are squaring each other, they can be very playful, even if Mars is conjunct Venus. As long as they're not combust or anything. They can be very, very playful people. Funny, sweet, playful. Yes, they're very harsh because Aries and Mars cut and burn, but there's a playful side to Mars also. Very, very playful side. Do not show them self-pity or insecurity. As I told you, they will make you jealous, but if you make them jealous, they don't like that. So be prepared and understand what you're walking into when you have a relationship with Venus and Aries. Another thing that I don't want to forget here is they can fluctuate. So they can be, they can break up with you today and they can be back with you again, and on and off and on and off and on and off. This can happen very many times, and they are off and you're chasing them, and then they start chasing you. So they can be on and off love partners, Venus and Aries, both men and women. And they love flirting and they don't think there's anything wrong with it. So even if they flirt and you get upset, then that could be one of the reasons they break up with you, or the fundamental reason, because as I said, they don't like insecurities or jealousies. They can make you jealous. You can't make them jealous. Off limits, right? They're very energetic, Mars, very honest, open, and they like to be the alpha in the group. They have the lust for life, the archetype of the pioneer, where they are ready to go places we don't want to go. And like I said, if you're calling a Mars in Aries woman, be her hero. Give her something to hero worship you with. I know it sounds cliched, but that's what they like. And if you're a man, then you are looking for that heroine or that hero of your life. You like that dominant, you want that boss, alpha female, and that really, really turns you on. So did you like this discussion? Do you agree? Use some of the tips that I have suggested and tell me, did you manage to spice up your love life during Venus in Aries? And book a reading, subscribe please, click the notification so you get to know every time I upload a video. Comment below, because I love to keep the conversation flowing. And watch my other videos, Venus through the signs and what to do in the bedroom. Thank you. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and speak soon.